Hi, guys. Sam here for iHeartRadio Broadway, and I am here with two superstars in two super roles. We have Jenna and Danny from Wicked, our Nessarose and Bach. Is that normal to hear yet? I'm just curious.
I don't know. It is weird. It's like it'd been a dream forever. So it's like 6 months in now. I still pinch myself every day when I hear it.
Yeah, it's starting to feel more normal since we are about 6 months in. But the first few months, people would say it, and I'd be like, oh, like I get like chills down my spine still. So it's really exciting.
So what was your first experience for the show? You and I were talking about this a little bit, Danny, before we started. You were like, I'm going to be...
Fiero. But
I wanted to be Glinda.
Yeah,
so
we grow up.
And we still end up together.
Yes,
so.
exactly.
How old were you guys when you first saw the show? It's 22 years old now.
I was a kid. I don't remember. I could do the math, but I don't want to. I'm not a math girl. But I was a kid when it came out. I saw the first national tour when it came through Denver. So I saw Stephanie J. Block as Elphaba and loved it. I was like this. And my mom even said when we first saw the show, she watched it and saw Nessa and was like, oh my gosh, that would be a great part for Jenna to play one day in regional theater. Like, that was her thinking at the time. And at no point did any of us think, like, I'm going to be on Broadway. Like, that was not in my personal vision for myself. But my mom was like, Nessa would be a great part for you to play one day somewhere. And now here we are.
And now you're doing it on the biggest stage ever.
Wild.
Wow.
Dreams come true.
Yeah.
You guys are part of the legacy. So Bach and Nessarose have a really unique dynamic on stage in several chapters, which I know we can't really get into because spoilers. But
Stay tuned for part 2.
That's all. So how did you guys work on building that chemistry together? Because you guys, I've known you for 5 minutes, have fantastic chemistry just as regular people. How did you build that for the stage?
I think we got really lucky that immediately we just clicked as humans.
It was
off
so
stage.
natural. It was immediate that we were like, oh, you're my new best friend.
Yeah, it was awesome. I mean, I was fortunate enough to do the show in the ensemble about 10 years ago, which is weird because I'm
He's
only
a child.
17
Yeah,
now.
you were literally.
But so I kind of knew the show, but then coming in as Bach full time, it was really nice. They wanted us to kind of wipe the slate clean and start over, and I was so happy to just get to meet Jenna and immediately just jump into this and kind of create it from the beginning.
And we had some really good friends in common. We had never met, but because we had these very key people in our lives who we both loved so dearly, it was like that test, right? You're like, oh, if so-and-so loves you, then I love you.
Yes.
Like transitive property,
100%.
we love each other. And it was immediate. And it made it really easy to dive into some of these heavier themes that we have to address in Wicked because we felt so safe together immediately. It was really easy to just dive in, have fun.
It's my girlfriend.
I love this very much. And we don't need to name names. I would never put anyone out there. But have either of you had an experience with a coworker that just was not the click for no specific reason?
Not at Wicked.
Yeah, I was going to say not at Wicked. Yeah.
Yeah,
But maybe.
Wicked is a really great building.
But just Wicked,
everybody
okay.
clicks. Yeah, I mean, of course, there's always those moments in workplaces where you're like, we're not friends, but I've never had an experience of that then affects the work. I think you can. I think people mistake proximity for closeness, and they're actually different things. Just because you work with somebody every day doesn't mean they have to be your best friend.
I hate everyone here.
You heard it here first.
Blink if you need
She
help.
hates you.
I love
But
you
Wicked, I feel very close with a lot of people, and everybody who I'm not necessarily gonna go hang out with on the weekend, I still love working with.
Amazing.
So it's a great room.
I was going to, just to piggyback on that, I feel like because Wicked has been around for now, we're going in 22 years, which is crazy. It really feels like a family kind of off stage and on stage, which is really nice. And the people that run the building are great too. So it's just
Incredible.
it makes it easy to come in when everything is just being run so nicely and it's not a stress about what's going to happen tonight or whatever it is because
it's all happened before.
it's everything that you think could happen has already happened, so they know how to fix everything.
How freeing that is. Amazing.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the world of Wicked fandom, everyone is so invested, and it was written with so much in it, little Easter eggs, things that I did not realize until 7 years later, whatever. Are there little nuggets in your characters that you can say, that you could point out, or
What can we say without too many
I
spoilers?
was like,
I know, it's a tough one.
22 years in,
Yeah.
it is interesting that, like, we do still have to be careful about spoilers every single night. I had a friend who came last night who had never seen Wicked. Just point blank, period, had never experienced any of the IP. Read the book, seen the movie. She hadn't seen Wizard of Oz since she was a kid.
Which is really impressive at this point.
Right?
That's
Yeah.
like almost effortful.
I know, right? It's like intentional to not see
Yeah.
the movie at this point. But we do have to be careful because I love every night when we get to Act 2 in particular, the audience is experiencing it for the first time. And that's
Yeah.
so exciting.
It is really exciting to like meet people who are like, I didn't know it was gonna happen.
Yeah.
But I think something that I guess is like a kind of an Easter egg is that like there's a theme, unlimited, and it's
Yeah.
actually Somewhere Over the Rainbow backwards, right?
Yeah.
Did I make that up?
Yeah, it's the
that?
same. It's an octave to start. It's like it's an inversion of Somewhere Unlimited. I
don't think I knew that.
Yeah, it's
And
the
now
same.
you do.
Thank you.
Also, the costumes are really smart.
Yes.
Like, if you go and watch The Wizard of Oz and then come and see Wicked, you're going to see so many little Easter eggs. Like, I wear these tights in Act 2 that I'm not going to tell you what they are, but if you come see Wicked, check out my tights in Act 2. And they are a direct homage to the movie. And I
Yes.
think that's such a cool, like, little sneak peek.
Yeah, the costuming is definitely like a little bit of a.
Yeah.
But we're not going to give any of it away. You have
Okay.
to come see it.
Sorry to dangle the question. Do you guys have a favorite backstage moment that stands out?
There's like so
We
many.
have so Danny and I love a bit. Like
Oh, 100%.
we are bit queens.
Yeah.
If you give us a bit, we will beat it
Yeah.
forever.
Amazing.
Between the two of us, backstage time. I mean, we always have our snack time.
Oh, snack time is essential. After there's after train cross before the girlies go to the Emerald City, we have a nice little break. So we come back and have.
We have snacks. Sometimes we go visit stage management during that point.
Yes.
Sometimes we'll go visit our music director. Like, they never know where to find us because we're always like going to socialize with somebody. 'Cause
But
we
one
have,
of
like, a
us
10-minute
is
break.
never far away from the other. So if you see
if
one
you
of us,
find one-
the other one is either 5 steps ahead or 5 steps behind.
Yeah, full. It's usually me behind. Let's be real.
Okay.
But we are like always together.
Yeah.
And then you've got one of my bits.
Mm-hmm.
I'll talk about my bits, I guess, and you can talk about your bits. I always give Lencia, who is our Elphaba, I always write her a note during the show. So sometimes it's a reference to like something that happened earlier in the show. Sometimes it's a bad pun. Sometimes it's a note of encouragement. Sometimes it's a drawing. But every single day backstage, at the very end of the show, right before curtain call, I give her this note. So she has now like a binder full of, we've done like 200 performances,
What a
and I've
great
written her a note
tradition.
every single day. And it's a really fun thing. Like,
They're
we work on it
beautiful, too.
together. I'll like brainstorm in the room, like, what should I draw for her today?
I kind of love that so much.
And you should see them. They're unbelievable. The drawings are amazing.
You draw too?
Yeah.
I draw them, yeah, and they're all over. They're on my Instagram and my
But you
TikTok. If
draw.
anyone wants to
Yeah.
see them.
Draws.
Usually it's a tracing, but
Yeah, they're really good though.
Aw, thanks.
My bits are just to usually make people laugh backstage.
Danny is famously good for morale.
I always say I'm the morale captain. I've appointed myself, but I do say I'm really good for morale.
I love your
Important
like.
role, created or not.
Exactly.
It's
We
important.
say that Danny's a real life Labubu. He gives that energy.
I sadly I do.
Not sadly. You are an
real hot
icon
right now, babe. You're good.
You are an icon. You are the moment.
I am the 24 karat gold.
Yes, you
Labubu.
are.
Labubu. Can't even do the accent. So what would you say that, having these movies come out have done for your characters on stage? Have they added more pressure to you, more excitement? Like, what has that kind of done, leaking over into an entirely new world?
Sure. I think that what's been really exciting about the movie is it has had people reimagine Nessa, and especially having Marissa Bodie play Nessa in the movie. It was the first time that we had a disabled actress playing the role, and I think that it really made people think about what disability means to the character and how it fits into the world of Oz. And I think it's been a really important reframe of the story and the place for disabled characters in that story. And I think it's been a really
Huge.
positive impact.
Amazing.
I was just gonna say on a way less. I don't know. That was a really beautiful answer, and mine is more like, oh, people know who Bach is now. They're like, oh yeah, that one. I was like, period,
the redhead.
that's me. Yeah, they're like, are you a redhead? I'm like, no, I'm not. I did joke with my mom saying that they were going to put me in a red wig. And she was like, are
That
they
was
really?
on the table
Yeah,
at all? Or
No,
no?
no. I was like, they're making me grow my hair out and they're going to have to dye it. And she was like, what? I was like, I'm just kidding. No.
Seriously, though, it was a good omen. So I live in Jersey City, and 2 days ago, I texted Deanna. I'm walking down the street, and I'm like, I just fully passed Ethan Slater. Strolling his kid down I was like, oh my God, your kid's so cool. Okay.
You're like,
see
that's...
Like,
I
you
know
feel
him
bad
as
for talking
SpongeBob.
to a famous person. I was like, oh my God.
I also love it though. Like such a New York moment where
Oh,
you're
yeah.
like,
It
I'm just
was.
going about my day. Oh, that's Clara Danes. Cool.
Yeah.
Right?
Cool.
Very cool.
You will always be able to handle it, I feel like, in our jobs, but I'm a huge loser. So when I'm not in my job and mentally I'm out of it, no, all bets are off. So that was a very uncomfortable moment for me. So if you guys could play with no guardrails any other character for one night, who is it going to be?
I want to be Chistery.
Okay, that's a good answer.
I have been begging stage management to let me fly since I got there.
It's a lot of union rules.
Yeah, and they won't let me. So if I can just play any part, I'm Chistery. I'm swinging down that rope.
You're flying.
That's it. That's my
it.
part.
Okay, that was quick.
Yeah, I'm a Glinda girly, I
You
must
are
say.
a Glinda.
I think I'd look pretty cute in a dress.
Facts. You would pull it off.
You
The
know, I
wig,
could sing it one night only, and then my
And he
career would be
does.
over.
and he does backstage.
Amazing.
He is full Glinda.
As the morale
Good for
booster.
morale.
Exactly. So this show has been on top for 22 years. What do you guys think it is specifically that just makes it connect with, at this point, generations?
I think it's really important to have a story about female friendship. Like that is such a universal theme and audiences connect with that. Audiences of all ages connect with that. And it's also a story that the men in their life are going to love too.
Yeah.
Right? Like my husband loves Wicked because he sees me represented in it. He sees like me and my girlfriends represented in it. So I think that that's a really important universal theme, and it also is addressing really important thematic elements that we're having in our day-to-day lives. These huge themes of, oppression and of the narratives being taken from the individuals and reframed. These are big themes that we still deal with, and I think that Wicked does a really beautiful job of telling that story in a very approachable way.
100%. I feel like the story's kind of timeless, and it gets more and more relevant as it ages. And I really do think that, like I said, when I saw this show in middle school, it truly changed my life, and it changed the trajectory of my life. Like, it was like, I need to do this for a living, and I just love when we do the show and we get to meet people after the show, and it's like a lot of kids who come, and this is what they want to do, and so it's really inspiring to get to talk to them after, and just the fact that we just performed the show that changed our lives for them. It's just like,
The
they're
circle
so meta. It's so
continues.
crazy.
You're
Yeah.
doing for someone else what happened to you.
It's
yeah,
pretty
and like
amazing.
the same ages. Like it's a fun thing to be like, oh, I saw this show at 10 years old or however old I was, and now there's always somebody celebrating their 10th birthday at Wicked. Every single night, it's somebody's 10th birthday, and it's so great to then like meet them at the stage door or like see them in the audience with their like tiara and crown and just living their best lives. It's empowering, it's important, it's impactful, it's all of those things.
Since the movie, I will say there's so many more kids that come dressed up, and I think it is so cute to see like a little Elfie on the end of one row and then a Glinda on the other end. I'm like, where are the Box? Where are the Nessas? Let's
We
go.
need more
Please
Box.
cosplay Bach and Nessa for us.
Box. We need him. And after this, you guys are in another show together. What is it? What parts are you playing together?
Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Little Shop of Horrors. Oh, I'm so glad we got that right. We have so many, but that's like the one at the top of our
We
list.
talk about that one.
This is a
a
huge
lot.
compliment. You guys are freaking me out. I loved how easy
We have,
that
like-
was for you.
We keep falling into this like ESP. We just
We're
keep
just like,
saying the same thing at the same time.
Yeah, I feel like contracts together
yeah.
at this
Oh,
point.
yeah. We're a package deal.
I
so
love it.
please cast
Yeah, we're a
us.
2 for 1.
So Danny,
Yes.
Bach has such a huge transformation. His arc is pretty nuts, especially when you think about the time he has and the time he uses. Like
Yeah.
the ratio is insane. What's the most challenging part of bringing that to life on stage?
I would say coming across likable. I mean, I think personally, like, I love Bach. I am Bach. So I just feel like he just has a hard time saying how he feels. So, like, that's the hardest thing to come across, and not to come across like a a-hole, because I can't give too much away, but I hope that helps.
That makes a lot of sense.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Oh, poor Bach's pickle.
Bach's
Bach's pickle. Pickle of Bach.
Danny loves pickles,
I
so this
do.
is even better.
Perfect. So Dancing Through Life number, people are as obsessed with it as they've ever been. Do you have to tune out what's happening to kind of process what you're dealing with as your character throughout that song?
Yes and no.
Okay.
Because obviously when we're in the show, like, I'm in it. So, like, I'm looking at the show through Bach's eyes, right? So I feel like in the moment when he's singing with Nessa, like, the things that he's saying, he truly does feel these things, right? He's like, I asked you here, and I know that it might not seem like I wanted to be here, but at the end of the day, he does like Nessa. Like, he really does. And, it makes it hard. Like, she makes it really hard to, like, not want to be with her. I'm like, I want to pick her.
You're going to have a mental breakdown.
Yeah,
one day and
exactly. I just, like,
plot
change the
on
entire
stage.
show. Yeah. I think that would go over well.
Great. Have a great last show.
Exactly.
I would love it.
And then you fly.
Yeah,
Exactly. Your
I like the
love
way you
will
think.
lift me up into the sky.
That'd be perfect. So, I mean, this does not feel like a substantial enough question. I just don't know how to ask it better. As the first wheelchair user, Nessarose, what is that like? Both on stage as a performer for yourself, make half the answer selfish, and then for what it does, how it resonates beyond that.
So from my perspective, from just living it, it's so exciting to reframe and rethink the character, because the character was written by non-disabled people and performed by non-disabled people, and to have a disabled perspective come to it now, it does shift a little bit of, like, what's my lived experience compared to what someone imagines that lived experience to be. And there are, they're two different things. And for me, I love my disability. I love my wheelchair. I am very, passionately a proud disability rights advocate. So I bring that to Nessa. And what I view as Nessa's central thesis is, like, craving independence. That is the thing she wants most. And so I bring that to the character every night. And I think that that's probably just me coming through, but that's how I portray her. And that's been really fun to get to kind of rethink a character that we think we've known for 20 years.
Yeah.
As an actor, that's really rewarding. And then the audience, that's what's been the best part of playing Nessa, is seeing people every night in the audience, meeting them at the stage door, getting messages from them on social media, who are telling me how important it is to them to see a disabled performer on stage. It's not something that we get to see very often. And I can certainly attest to that. I had never seen a disabled actor on stage until I was in my 20s.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
So this is a really important moment for these, little kids with disabilities to see themselves on stage, because hopefully then they can imagine for themselves a world in which they can be performers, but also they can be all of the things we are acting out, right? They can go and, Nessa goes into politics. So, like, these kids can go into politics, or they can become doctors, and they become lawyers, and they become teachers, and things that they maybe haven't seen themselves represented in before, they get to when they see us act it out.
Oof, I did not smart enough to make that extra leg thing, and I just got
I got
goosebumps.
chills. I was like,
yeah, that's amazing. If you could rewrite one part of Nessa's story, be it something that happens even before the curtain comes up or throughout the show, what would it be?
I don't know if I would do that. I love the things they've done in the movie to just change it and update it and make it a slightly different story. I love what they did, with Nessa in the opening sequence of Nessa wanting her independence is what makes Elphaba go off and, like, set off the magic, trying to help her gain independence. I loved that change. I thought that was a really fun, different way to tell the story. But I also think it's really beautiful that some of these stories that we see on stage, they become timepieces at a certain point. And I think it's an important thing for us as a culture to also look at something that was written 22 years ago and say, like, wow, we would maybe tell this story differently now, but it's important to remember our history. And I love Wicked. I think it's a beautiful story. And I think that it's good for us to see the changes to the movie 20 years later of where we are now as a culture versus where we were 22 years ago.
I feel like so much has changed in the difference, but at the same time, I'm like, it's still speaking the exact same
Exactly.
language. Not too much had to change. I'm like, and that's also sad. Yeah. But that's for a different conversation. Okay, so let's go through rapid fire questions. I'm going to throw them out. Hit me as quick as you can, okay? Who breaks character more easily during rehearsals?
Danny.
Great.
Am I wrong?
Shut up.
All right, Danny. Who takes longer to get ready for their show?
Jenna.
Okay. Who's more likely to be singing the songs backstage?
Me.
Danny.
Is that what I figured?
As Glinda.
Yeah.
Elphaba or Glinda, who would you rather have as your real life roommate?
Elphaba.
Glinda.
This is good. Both are available now. Okay. Favorite backstage snack at the Gershwin Theater?
Chocolate.
Yeah, just all the chocolate.
Yeah, all the
of the
chocolate.
chocolate.
Is that the
always.
snack
And
that you
popcorn.
guys?
Chocolate and popcorn.
Is that what you guys are munching on? You said during
Usually,
the long
yes.
break? Okay, fantastic. And lastly, one word to describe your Wicked experience so far.
Magical.
Oh my God, I was going to say that too.
See?
Ready?
Magical.
Danny and Jenna, you guys are an absolute freaking treat. Thank you so much for spending some time with us, and enjoy the rest of what I have no doubt is going to be an incredible experience on that stage.
Thank you
Thanks for
so much for
having
having
us.
us. This has been a blast.
Guys, go check out Wicked at the Gershwin Theater if you have not yet. Are you okay? Come see it.
Come see us. We're still running.
I promise.